the only thing I can do is obviously score and get assists. You know, obviously I'm always going to have people talking about me, you know, with the amount I got bought for. But I think if you look at my whole career, I probably haven't scored as much as certain people, you know. Even when I was at Aston Villa, I think I only scored 14 or 15 goals over the 2 seasons in the Premier League. But yeah, you know, it's something that I do want to add to my game, and you know, playing with this team and in front of these fans, hopefully I can.
Regulation win for City, but he needed that, Jack Grealish, didn't he? I was at the Dortmund game in the week, and you know, he wouldn't take players on the outside because it's weaker foot, cutting inside, running into traffic, and you're thinking, come on, Jack, show us what you got for not his fault, but it's a reality. Show us what you got for 100 million.
I think there's a lot to like about the way he conducts himself, Jack Grealish, in terms of how he speaks. He's very self-critical. I think that's what you have to be. You've got to criticise yourself before you wait for coaches, wait for the manager, look at yourself in the mirror, and he's honest, he does that. I agree with you. I was part of the commentary for the Dortmund game, and he was a little bit predictable. Playing out the left-hand side, he was cutting inside and going into traffic. It was easy for Meunier to mark him. What he's got to do is mix his game up a little bit, start going to the byline, making it hard for defenders. That one there is a position that he must be getting in, or should be getting in so much more often, because he'll pick up 5 scrappy goals a season. He's interesting there where he said he got 14 in 2 seasons. I look at Jack Grealish and I think he should be setting his benchmark and his target at double figures every season. For a midfield player playing quite high up the pitch.
In that team.
Playing for Man City with De Bruyne in it.
You said 5, I'll say 10.
Yeah. No, I said double figures. I said he said
he could get. I mean, you look at Sterling's numbers.
Yeah.
And you look at Sterling when he was at Liverpool when he first went there. The amount of tap-ins he scored, that's not, do you know what I mean? That's just the understanding where to be. And you know, we spoke before about Bruyne, you know, once the ball goes wide, you know where it's going.
I mean, close your eyes and someone say De Bruyne assists, where's he going to be? It's amazing how he finds that little pocket.
It's a very narrow path he's got to pick a player out, hasn't he?
I mean, we see it week in, week out. Consistency, that, you know, world class. And Jack, for me, if I was in that team, you know, can I get myself in that red zone? Where am I going to score? Attract to the goalkeeper. And that's where you get tap. He'll get 10 tap-ins.
Me and you at pre-season, you're setting yourself, what, 20?
Easy, yeah.
Right, I'm setting myself 10, double figures. Jack Grealish should be 10.
And you as a centre-forward, you're saying to Jack Grealish, get in front of that defender every time. Make that run, get in front of that defender. You're going to have a shot on target every time.
Just being clever off the ball. Being clever off the ball. Like, you understand the players that you're playing with, that sort of quality. You know you're going to get chances. You know, the amount of tap-ins you could, even before you even work for your real chances, you know, you could be getting, like I said before, 10 tap-ins a season.
What adjectives would you like to use to describe Erling Haaland?
I think we've run out, haven't we?
Yeah.
He's a machine. Yeah. I mean, he is a special... I like to think about, you know, the Thierry Henrys, when you're that size and, you know, explosive, quick, can finish, literally got everything. I mean, when you see the goal here, this is special because what he does is really clever. He drives towards the defender, but it's clever because he knows that if I take it towards the defender, the goalkeeper won't see the ball. Because he could have just knocked it past him, Hutch, and just hit him with his left foot. But the fact that he's sort of like, you see here, this is really clever. He knows what he's doing. Defender turns. Now the goalkeeper can't see the ball. Yeah. And you see he scuffs it in the corner. He scuffs it. It's not even a clean finish.
You quite like that one, didn't you? Just outside the box where there was a shield.
Outside the box. But I mean, he's got all sorts of goals. I mean, I think he's got, is it 11 league goals? 11 league goals.
11 league goals in the middle of September.
How many games have you played? Once? It's like ridiculous.
I mean, if you're interested around the world, the record is 60. Going back to the 1920s, I don't think he's going to get 60 goals. 60D, the great Everton
Could get 40.
But still, the Premier League record's 34.
Is that Andy Cole, Alan Shearer?
Yeah, Shearer.
Yeah.
Andy Cole, Newcastle. And it's 32 in a 38-game season. There were a few more. I think it's every chance he's going to be that.
He's built differently, Mark.
Yeah,
do you know what I like? I like the fact that over the years, now, it doesn't matter where you play, if you're Jermaine, you can say, Jermaine plays a little bit like him and a left-back plays like him. There's probably only Zlatan I can think who's got a similar style. But apart from that, the guy can finish with his left foot, right foot. And what I love about him the most, because we're in a world where we've got so much information where you can literally see any amount of data you want. You can see heat maps, you can see touch maps, you can see anything you want. I think he's a little bit like Jermaine, where he's going, I'm not bothered if I haven't touched the ball more than 5 times. I've scored 2 or 3.
Did you see a comment the other day?
I'm not bothered.
He said, my ambition is to touch the ball 5 times in a game and score 5 goals.
Why do you need to touch the ball?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Every time I touch it means...
Well, his first objective is to beat his old man's tally of 18. That's what he wants to get past, doesn't he?
Yeah, he doesn't need to.
But it's amazing how he goes, you do what you want.
Yep.
You know, Bernardo Silva and Jack Grealish and Kevin De Bruyne, when you need me, I'll take the match ball.
The Dortmund game showed it. He did absolutely nothing for 85 minutes and scored the most extraordinary, geographically impossible goal, didn't he?
Impossible.
With his foot up there.
Impossible.
So we've seen Son score a hat-trick and not smile that much. Let's have a look at Pep Guardiola. At 2-0 up, you would think they were 4-0 down. Oh, what are they doing? What's my team up to?
Perfectionist.
That's standards, isn't it? That's just standards. Everything. Everything's got to be right.
Yeah.
You've seen what he's like on a training pitch.
This is at 3-0,
Do you think Ruben Diaz is saying, Gaffer, we're 3-0 up, Gaffer?
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Take a chill pill. We're winning.
He's just obviously very, very highly strung. I don't know if you've seen the little bit in the Dortmund game where he had a little go at the referee. Yeah. Referee then gave him a yellow card, and then he gave the referee a hug. Yeah. He's a perfectionist. He's highly strung. You can see that he thinks about the game all of the time, like literally 24 hours a day, and that's what makes him.
I mean, obviously they were the team to beat anyway. But does it just feel with Haaland that the gap between them and the rest has got a little bit bigger? I'm not saying they can't be beaten to the title, and no one's saying anything like that. But does it feel at the moment that with Haaland, if the gap was like that before, it's a bit more like that?
Yeah, I mean, it's just, how do you stop Man City? And especially with him in the team, the goals that he's scored, 11 league goals already. I mean, he's not even got started, has he, really? Phenomenal player.
I don't know how you mark him.
How do you mark him?
How do you mark him? Like someone like Aguero, amazing player. Yeah. You might get a big centre forward, arm in the back, and you think, right, I know where he is, even though his movement was amazing. Well, Haaland, how do you mark him? What do you send him? On his left foot? No. Yeah. Right foot? No.
Get in too the air? Close or just...
In the air? No.
Get you out of the way, won't he?
Just machine, isn't he?
Well, in all seriousness, he scored 11 goals. If you'd got 11 goals by, what, middle of November, you'd think you were doing really well?
Christmas.
Yeah.
Seriously? Christmas.
If you scored 10 league goals, Christmas, you think, if I have a bad run second part of the season, and I score 5, I've got 15 league goals, then it's okay.
Yeah.
But obviously, depending on what team you're in. If you scored 11 before Christmas, and
it's still officially summer, and he's got 11 goals.
I love the fact that, and I don't mind saying it, he's arrogant, but football arrogant. Yeah. I like it. He's got self-confidence. You need to be arrogant. You need to feel as though you are better than any player you are playing against.
Yeah. I think he's thinking. I honestly think that he's probably thinking, you know what? I've come here to smash records. Yeah. He has to be thinking that.
Yeah. Quickly, De Bruyne equals Steven Gerrard's assist record in 290 odd games.
Amazing.
It's amazing what he's done.
I mean, to be honest, I take that a little bit loose because of the position that Steven Gerrard played, which is completely different. The players that he was playing against, etc. But don't take anything away from Kevin De Bruyne. I think he's one of the best midfield players in world football at the time. Has been for probably a couple of years. I think you can play him in any position. He's a leader, gets on with his job, reliable, dependable, manager's dream. Some player.
Imagine those two in the same team.
Oh, what, De Bruyne and Gerrard?
Yeah. Me as the number 9.
Game over. Game over.
Wow.